What's up, guys? Welcome back to Jackknife TV. If you could, please hammer down that like button over there and smash subscribe if you're new here. I'm going to try to continue to keep putting out no BS content and you know, make this channel as real as possible. I don't want to try to pull the wool over anyone's eyes. And what we're going to start doing here is we're going to start vlogging again. We're going to get into some nitty-gritty discussions about the industry, and maybe I'll try to put out some videos for the new guys coming in. But in the meantime, if you look down in the description, I have an affiliate. If you could you go down there and maybe check it out? It's Mytee Products. So if you need any flatbed securement items or possible load securement items for your reefer or dry van trailer, E-track, E-track straps, load locks, please go down there and maybe try to purchase some. It definitely helps the channel out. These are the, I think the 12-inch edge protectors. Stick it right up there. Pound of sheet steel, tarp and everything. Going up to Elmira Heights, New York. If you watched my previous video, I'm sitting in Portland waiting for my load, which was supposed to be done at 11. It's now 1:40 in the morning, and it was done probably about 30 minutes ago, just about. And we're finally getting out of here. I got to take this load back down to Pottsville, PA. We gotta be there by 12 o'clock noon. So depending how I feel, even though I've had plenty of time to not do anything, you know, if you've been in trucking long enough, you will come to realize that the days that you are stuck doing nothing, absolutely nothing, and waiting around, constantly waking up, wondering if the load's done, thought maybe you heard your phone ring, you know, things like that, you'll realize those are the days you're the most drained and tired. The same thing if you're like waiting in the dock to be done. Those are the days you just can't sleep, or if you do sleep, you're not really sleeping, I guess you could say. But hey, that's trucking, and that sure as hell is reefer life, I'll tell you that. But anyway, this is going to try to be a little bit at the beginning of a little bit of a vlog video, I guess you could say. I'm going to try to record this. I'm going to get my DJI camera out. We're going to set this up, and let's see if we can't get a nice little story going here and some shots on top of other footage that I still have left to edit from a 3-stop load in New York City and Long Island. So I don't know. I'm going to just try to make this really simple and easy for me, because I would like to put content out there, and that seems to be what a lot of you guys want to see, is, you know, the cool vlog storytelling videos. And I just haven't been up, you know, up to it, I guess, lately. So we're gonna hop out here right now. I'm gonna hook up this trailer. We're gonna do I'm gonna do the pre-trip, because hopefully you all know how to do a pre-trip by now. I know there's some new guys that might be watching my content. Eventually I'm gonna try to start a little bit of a playlist here for, in fact, I actually have stuff filmed. I actually have stuff filmed sitting on SD cards for, you know, new guys coming out this industry. And it's a lot more than just the basic information. It's more of the street knowledge of trucking, so you actually know, you know, what you should and shouldn't be doing, and how trucking really works, and not, you know, what the instructor at your mega carrier tells you, because usually they're two different things, I'll tell you that. But yeah, so I'm gonna quit going off on a side note here. I'm going to get out and grab this trailer, so let's get at this. we're doing is we're checking to make sure these lines don't have any scuff marks on. We're ready to break them. Sometimes they get dragged. Looks like this trailer has disc brakes, so there ain't really too many ways you can go in there and check them, unless you get in there and try to feel with your fingers the pads. These trailers are pretty well taken care of. See, pretty new tires. It doesn't look like anything's going on down there. We're gonna go around here and check the seal and stuff. We're good. I'm gonna check this side once I pull it out, which you guys ain't gonna see, but just pretend I did it, and I'm gonna check the lights. And we're gonna get out of here. This Portland facility here, finally. We got, oh, let me see, I forgot what we got. I think it's like 490 miles to go. Yeah, it's about 490 miles we got until we get down to Pottsville there. So we're just gonna hop on the turnpike here, the main turnpike. So I'm trying to find out what this guy here was doing. He did want to come behind me, but I moved over and he changed his mind here, so. All right, well, I guess he wants to go straight now too. So I just wanted to make sure I wasn't going to cut anybody off, or he wasn't going to cut out in front of me, or whatever he was doing. But yeah, like I said, we're going to get on 95 here, the main turnpike, take that straight down to Pottsville here. We got about like 460 miles. I should say 460 miles. I thought it was 490, but I guess I'm off a little bit. You know, Maine's actually pretty nice. I actually like Portland. It's, I mean, for the most part, it's pretty clean. I haven't seen too much craziness go on here, but it's not your, you know, it's not like your everyday typical northeast cities. The same way with Boston. I kind of feel the same way with Boston too. Boston's pretty unique compared to, like, let's say Philadelphia, New York, North Jersey there. It's definitely a different atmosphere compared to what I'm used to. All right, I said I was going to do a lot better job at storytelling, but what we're going to do right now, I don't have anything off the top of my head really to talk about, because I already talked about it earlier in the previous video on, you know, the stupidity that goes on in trucking and everything, and how you just can't escape it sometimes. You're gonna be delayed. You're gonna have days like this where you'll sit for 24 hours. The good thing though is I've been informed that I am going to get paid detention and layover pay. So I'm gonna get more than the usual. I was pretty much promised that. So we'll see how that goes. But you never know. Sometimes they pull through. I'm sure Tyson kind of realizes that they screwed up here, or at least this subcontractor or whatever this shipper was for them. Definitely, the lady definitely screwed up. That does the scheduling and never informed anyone. So we'll see how this goes. In the meantime, let's get on going down this dark road, and hopefully I don't run into any deer or moose up here. That would be great. Talks about the skies falling in the freight market or with your business. And I mean, I don't necessarily mean to do that or to put that kind of content out there, but that's how a majority of us owner-operators, and maybe even drivers, depending on the company or what, feel right now. They feel that, shit's hit the fan, and they would like to know when it's going to come back, but I hate to, tell everyone, in my opinion, I don't think we're going to see better rates until 2025, maybe 2026. I just don't see it getting any better. I just realized that everything that you heard earlier, you probably couldn't hear because the mic was laying in my lap. It must have fell off of my shirt, and I'm sure it was very muffled and barely able to hear anything I said. So I'm going to try to go over and elaborate a little bit what I was saying earlier about basically it's not about how much money you can make right now in this market. It's about how much you can reduce your costs per se, because you're just not going to make what you were making before, especially if you came into this during 2001, 2002. You're just not going to make that kind of revenue anymore. The $10,000 weeks, the $8,000 weeks they're just not happening for most guys anymore. And you should start focusing on making the $5,000 weeks. That's going to probably be about the norm for most guys right now, between $4,000 and $5,000. And in order to make that much money, or I should say, in order to be able to make that much money profitable, I guess you could say, or survivable, I guess, you're going to have to reduce your costs. Those costs are going to be reduced either within the truck, within the business, or at home. There's no way you're going to be able to survive with how inflation has basically creeped up on us. I wouldn't even say creeped. I would say it's come in like a wrecking ball, to be honest with you. Tires are double priced still, majority, unless you're buying no name, Chinese made tires. And then you take a risk on how long they're going to last, whether or not they're going to blow out. The same thing with buying recaps. Everything, you have to evaluate everything in your business right now and find a way to save money. Whether it's through insurance, through fuel costs, heck, even maybe changing your internet provider, if you're, or your cell phone provider, anything. Those little costs add up. They just do, especially when you're already pitching pennies. So there's like I was saying before, there's definitely somebody that comes on my channel and comments all the time about the decisions I made and how a lot of guys put themselves in the hole with either huge truck payments or other costs at home. And you know what, he's right. I don't exactly know where he's coming from, but he's exactly right. What I did here was completely and utterly stupid. In the beginning, it seemed like a great idea, and I thought I was going to have no problems with the truck, which turns out I did have problems with the truck. So far, luckily, nothing bad's going on right now, and I hope that lasts for at least 100 to 200,000 miles. I really don't feel like seeing the dealership anytime soon. That being said, most guys are driving around in used equipment that they've overpaid for, and that just simply ain't going to happen. They're going to simply have breakdowns. And unless you have lots of money saved up, when the times were good and you had no major catastrophic problems, here's a big boy coming by, you're just going to be screwed. Like I said, you're going to have to figure out how to save money, mostly, because you're not going to be able to go out there and increase your revenue. That's just not going to happen right now for the majority of guys. I'm not saying it ain't going to happen for everyone, but I mean, realistically, come on. some of you guys are looking at pipe dreams. Like, you think that the market's going to automatically come back and things are going to be great, and it doesn't work that way. It's never worked that way. 2018, we were making $3-4 a mile. At least I was, religiously, in flatbed. And near the end of summer, the bottom fell out. It just fell out into 2019. And the same thing happened then, not on the scale, and we didn't have the massive increase in cost like we do now. But it's pretty much mimicking it. And like I said, this market's happened before, just not this rough. Like, cost did not double, and then the market fell. But you're just gonna have to work through it. You're gonna have to set yourself up, like I said, to save as much money and pinch as many pennies as you can. Unfortunately, I can't do that. I have lots of old debt from when I had, the business, my authority, the 2 drivers. The majority of which is paid off, but I still have payments towards it. It's not gone completely 100% yet. I still have the payment for the the 9400 International too that I'm paying for, on top of the payment for this truck, my insurance. To be honest, if you probably went through and included my debt, like the debt payments into this truck payment and everything, I probably have easily a $6,000, maybe more. Let's see here, $500 or so. Well, it's almost $600 for the truck payment that I got lowered. Yeah, I'm over $6,000 between the truck payment, my insurance payment, my business debt. I have a couple credit cards that I'm still paying on. They're almost paid off, like I said, but I'm still paying large payments to pay them off. I have the truck. I'm in a very bad place. And, initially when I started out, if you go through my videos from the past couple months when I got this truck, I was making money hand over fist here with this dedicated carrier. I was still doing $8,000 weeks. And I didn't think that was going to end. Maybe cut back a little bit, but it is cut back a lot more than I would ever have thought it would. Sometimes, if I have a good week, I'm up into $6,000-7,000 gross, if I'm lucky. But lately here, my gross have continuously fallen, and they've been very erratic. I might end up having another $6,000 or $7,000 a week again. It's very possible, but you never know. The next week could be a $2,000 or $3,000 week. Let's say continuously now. I wouldn't say continuously, but sporadically, I've been having $3,000 or $4,000 weeks. I haven't hit $6,000 in at least a month. I'm still making it, but then again, it just takes a week where I only gross $1,500 or $2,000 to push me back. Not including, I get reimbursed for tolls. So when I'm stuck in the Northeast like I've been, all those tolls I pay for out of pocket. Those $1,600 to $2,000 in tolls I pay for out of pocket. So that money has to come out of my pocket. Then I get reimbursed. Is it usually the first check that I put it in for? I mean, not the first check, I should say, the first settlement. Don't ever, if you're an owner operator, don't ever call your settlements checks, because they're not. They're not. Don't ever look at them or rely on them like checks. Anywho, now that I went off on that tangent, that money is gone. That money gets pulled out automatically out of my business account and goes to pre-pass and pays those tolls. So now I have to wait 1 or 2 settlement cycles maybe to get reimbursed, as I'm still racking up tolls into the next week or whatnot, or the next settlement. So if you start having 2 or 3, 4 weeks where I'm only grossing $2,000 or $3,000, it doesn't take long for that money to disappear between the truck payment, home expenses, what I'm trying to pay myself. I've been trying to pay myself about $1,000 a week now. And it's been very hard because I'm used to paying myself at least $1,500 to $1,800 a week. And, the old lady has been accustomed to that money coming in. But it is what it is right now. And I don't know how long I can endure only grossing $2,000 or $3,000 a week between all the other bills I have and my debt, the debt that I owe. So I guess the point I'm trying to get across is, I know a lot of you guys are trying to chase profit, chase those loads, chase those miles maybe right now. But maybe you should step back and try to calculate where you can save money, what you can get rid of, what you can sacrifice. Know your costs. Run the numbers. I did a live a few days ago where I had an app, which I'll probably try to put up on the screen here when I edit this. Use that budgeting app and put in your numbers and figure out how much per mile with a calculator it's costing you based on, I don't know, 2,500 miles. The average is 2,500 miles a month. I mean, a week. Whew, a week for most guys. So the average is 10,000 miles a month, we'll say. Me, right now, what I do, since I'm stuck in this Northeast kind of run or area, there's some weeks now I'm lucky if I do over 1,000 miles. It's getting that. And that's where I've said the $2,000, $3,000 gross weeks are coming in at. And I can't have that. I need to be running. Sure, I'm making like $265 a mile plus or more, depending on whether or not I get Metro New York bonuses and things like that, and detention. But it's just not enough when you're running that little mileage with the cost I have. And I never thought this would happen. I never thought I'd be in this predicament. But the way things start out with this company, and having a dedicated customer like this, I would never in a million years think that Tyson would be shutting down a bunch of extra facilities, slowing down. People got to eat, and people eat meat, and Tyson's like the #1 meat producer in the country. They do a lot more than just chicken. I'll tell you that. A lot more than just chicken. They make those little sandwiches you see in a gas station, and all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff they make. Sausages, Polish sausage, corn dogs. The list goes on. They make it. They manufacture it, or they have a subsidiary company that they own manufactures it. And I just. It's not even just this carrier. It's other carriers too. I've talked to Holland Boss drivers. I've talked to some prime drivers. Very few come in, at least in the terminal I usually work out, or I should say the warehouse, the DC. But I've talked to them. And according to most of the prime drivers, prime just in general, loads aren't moving that well. I still have a few contacts from my old prime days that I've reached out and messaged on Instant Messenger and text, and I know the one's a freaking team. It's him and his wife, their team, and for almost a month, out of a month, they said they got maybe 15 team loads out of an entire month. They've been running like super solo or just regular solo loads, and that's prime. I've talked to some Tyson drivers. They said their miles has dropped too. They're company guys. They get a set rate for the most part, but still, they're losing out on their paychecks. So I don't know. This is just my little monologue right now of just trying to help guys out, because I'm going to try to help myself out through this. I don't know what. Maybe I don't know. I could always get rid of like the extra $50 a month I pay in my internet service for T-Mobile. Then I'll lose out on my TV. I won't have internet service for my laptop for uploading the videos, for making videos. But then again, I haven't really had time to be able to do that. Even though I'm not running any miles, I've been just getting shitty customers that I've had to, endure like stupid stuff like this. I have to sit there and wait and hope the load's ready, and it's hard to sleep when you're dealing with that. And sure, I could try to sit there and edit videos and do things like that, but you're just not in the mood. You don't want to get involved in putting the effort into editing and then almost had the video done or whatever you're doing, and then end up having to shut the laptop off or whatnot and get going down the road and hope, you know, you can pick it up sometime soon so you can actually put the video out in a relatively decent time. But I mean, that really has nothing to do with making money or anything in trucking. That's just what I have problems with, you know, putting YouTube videos out and stuff. But like I said, I could save an extra $50 a month with not having the the T-Mobile hotspot up there. You know, is that really going to be worth my sanity? I don't know. It's a creature comfort. But you know, there's guys that you got to do what you got to do. If it gets bad enough, I mean, I guess I could still easily make YouTube videos on my phone. But I mean, if it gets bad enough, I don't know. Maybe I'm just gonna cut down on the videos. Like, I've been trying to bring them back to having at least 3 or 4 videos a week again. But sometimes when you end up having, I always said I was gonna show everything. When you end up having bad weeks like this, you just don't feel like it. You really don't. And this is gonna be a bad week for me. I'm probably gonna get 3 loads in. Luckily, if I'm really lucky, they send me back up to Maine. Hopefully. Even though I don't like driving through the Northeast and doing all this stuff, I need to get the miles. And I will be working through this weekend, most likely. It just is what it is, guys. And I know I got haters and I got people that nitpick everything I do. And I'm not saying what I did is the best idea, right? Really the only thing you do is, if you really want to make sure you're very successful at being an owner-operator and that your business is going to survive the first 2 years, is you're going to have to prepare your family and your home life along with everything else. You're going to have no debt at all. I don't care, truck payments, wife's car payment, nothing. If you really want to make sure that you're going to be able to build your business into something successful and grow, such as like Tim Gentry and everything, you're just going to have no debt. It's the only way to guarantee that you're going to be able to survive anything that comes at you, because you are going to have shit happen. It's just going to happen. You're going to have rainy days. You're going to have the catastrophes that you never thought would happen. You're going to have days that you sit and are stuck with a load that you can't get off your truck. You're fighting with the broker. They're fighting with you about claims and everything else. It's just going to happen. But anyway, I don't know. We're probably going on a 20 or 30 minute montage of me just trying to explain that you're not going to be able to probably increase your revenue as much as you want to. It's just not going to happen. You're going to have to cut back on costs, whether that be at home, whether it be here. And if you simply don't want to do that, my suggestion is get out now. Sell the truck. Get out now. Maybe you're upside down. You know, it might be worth your sanity to just let the truck get repoed. And sure, if you can afford to pay it while working a company job, sure, pay it. Try to set something up with your financier to get out from underneath the truck and not have, you know, an actual repo placed on your credit. It is possible to do. But for the most part, if you're expecting to stay in this in the long haul and actually have a business, like heck, I really, even though things are really bad, I do have some money saved up. You know, I'm not going to go down there, but it doesn't take long for that to disappear with the amount of bills I have, the amount of debt, truck payments and stuff. It would not take that little nest egg that I just built up in the last couple months of just constantly running to disappear. It really wouldn't. And even through all that stupidity in my head somewhere, I feel that I can maybe purchase another truck and hire a driver. It's probably not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. It's delusional thinking, really, because like I said, look at all the problems I have now. Look at everything that goes wrong constantly for me. And now I'm gonna try to expand again, and in the volatility of this market, it's a very dumb idea. But hey, that's how some people work and how technically most entrepreneurs work. But, all right, we're done. I'm gonna get on down the road. I'm on 80 in Connecticut. We still have like 4 hours and 30 minutes to go till we get to Pottsville. So maybe you'll just end up seeing some driving footage, probably from that angle. Thanks for basically getting rid of my stopping distance there. It's everyone trying to get off this ramp here is really what's doing it. Yep, here we go again too. I just want to get out of this lane. Just let me the hell over. Maybe not. Well, I guess I'm just going to sit here anyway. It's alright. I already fucking... on the Dorrance exit off of, what is it? I think it's 156. It's a Sunoco. They call it Onvo truck stop. It's a pretty nice little truck stop, fairly new. They got showers. They got a decent amount of parking. We're gonna get some reefer fuel here, and yeah, hopefully without any more hiccups. I just went through a bunch of traffic. Well, road work. I had to cut over off of, what is it, 81 there in Wilkes-Barre. I had to cut off onto 309 there and go around the traffic there for the road work, because that was like a 40-minute backup. But yeah, hopefully sometime today I will get to the Pottsville, DC. I'm supposed to be there at 12. It's my ETA right now is 11:45, so I would imagine the relay driver's already sitting there waiting for the trailer. But you know, that's it's just the way it is. It's the way it is right now. So let me move the truck up and get out and get some reefer fuel, and we'll get on down the road. All right, I'm finally back here. I just dropped the trailer. My camera over there, the video card is full on it because I haven't downloaded any of the video onto the laptop off of it. Yeah, if this video seems kind of incoherent, I am rather tired right now. Like I think I explained before, just my sleep cycle is all messed up, and the sleep that I did get wasn't very good from, you know, waiting on load and randomly thinking your phone's ringing and waking up and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, so I'm here at Pottsville. I dropped the trailer, like I said, and I get my dispatch, and I'm going up to CNS Foods up in Brattleboro, Vermont. So at least I'm getting some decent miles. The only thing, though, is I was hoping it was going to be a pickup for tonight, because technically I would have hours here around like 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock tonight. But instead what's happening is I'm going to be sitting, I'm basically going to have, I don't know, maybe another 24 hours off again, and pick up a load at 11, 12 o'clock tomorrow. And then I got to run that up to Brattleboro, New York for a 10 p.m. appointment. So, I don't know. I'm definitely going to be running this Saturday. I can tell you that right now. But anywho, I don't have nothing really good to talk about. I'm not really in the mood to talk. Yeah, definitely subscribe to this channel because it is freaking awesome. I tell you what. I got plenty of cool stories to tell you. Maybe I can talk about, you know, putting playing with a blower on my Camaro, or I don't know, my lake house or something. Or maybe I could talk about the tow truck I just bought. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. Yeah, rather boring life sometimes of just a plain Jane owner operator that is just trying to get ahead. But anyways, if you stay this long and you listen to this crap, go over there and hammer down that like button and smash subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Eventually I'll start putting out better videos. Today is not going to be my best, all right? It's just it. And I've always said I'm not going to try to fake any of this, at least as much as I can. I'm not going to try to fake what's going on either with me and trucking or just the trucking in general. I'm not trying to hustle anybody or get anyone to waste their money becoming an owner operator per se. I mean, if you think you can do it and you have the mentality to do it, sure, go ahead and do it. Would I do it right now? I don't know. Not really. I probably wouldn't do it right now if I had the choice. And I could see how if I could see into the future and see how bad the market's gotten and how well, and this carrier I'm with, I could see how slow it would have gotten and everything, and how I'm like maybe doing 1,200 miles maybe this week. I don't think I would have got this truck, that's for sure. I think when my truck blew up, I would have either way I would have had to at least get an ELD truck to sign back on here. So I don't know if that would happen. I would have tried to buy a truck cash for like maybe $12,000. What I would probably try to do, 12 or 15, and pray and hope it's not the biggest pile of crap I could possibly buy. Either that, or maybe I should have maybe tried to finance something used and just hope nothing bad happened. Oh, so I ended up picking up a recovery load here. I just met the driver again, and he has a Freightliner, probably like in the 16. I think it's a 16 Cascadia, maybe 17. And I picked it up just outside New York City in, off of 87. Sort of part of the city. I can't remember the name of it right off the top of my head. If I wasn't so tired, like my eyes are burning right now. I just want to close them pretty much. Anywho, somewhere right outside New York City on 87. You go up 87 a little bit, like you're going towards Albany. Just outside New York City. Anywho, I helped recover his trailer there because he was broken down there a few weeks ago, maybe like 3. And he was talking to me right now. So initially, the truck went in there for regen, shutdown, and all that crap. So initially, they went through and did a DEF quality sensor and a number 7 injector. What do they call that? The dozer injector. And then they did a DEF injector. He said then they had the truck. He literally drove the truck about 30 miles away, and the stop engine light and everything started going off, and he had to come back. And pretty much the end of the story is they went systematically through his entire emission system. They replaced the dozer injectors. They replaced the DEF injector. They replaced the quality sensor. They did a DEF pump and heater or whatever it was. He said they did the whole one box. They ended up doing, basically replaced, like I said, the entire emissions system on the truck, and now it's fine. He said like $25,000 or $26,000 later, he paid $7 of it out of his pocket, and I guess they offered him financing. They offered him financing at the dealership. So I don't know. I guess they have some kind of financing repair thing. So he ended up financing it, probably some third-party thing through the Freightliner dealership. That's what he said. He said it was they offered him some kind of financing, so he financed the repairs. So he's paying, I think he said like 38% or something, 40% to finance the repairs of the balance. So he's got probably $20,000 balance or $19,000 balance, and he's financing repairs. I tell you what, I bet you they just took him right through the ringer and milked him, and then they go to the finance company and finance it, and they just, you know, the dealership gets their money and the finance company takes all the risk. That's why they're charging you 40% interest or 35% interest or whatever. And yeah, I'm sure there's a clause in there where they repossess your truck too, I would imagine. I didn't really get into nitty gritty about it, but hopefully somebody watched to the end of this video. But I would really like to put out there. Maybe I'll put that out there in a different little video. So, anywho, I'm gonna go send my paperwork in and maybe stop and buy a Monster here at the vending machine just so I can take the 30-minute ride home without falling asleep. I don't know. It's just the eyes. The eyes want to close. Oh, this is Reefer Life. This is trucking. Anyway, thanks for, yeah, I'm probably doing this over again because I already said it. Like I said, I like to just monologue off into oblivion. Thanks for stopping by Jackknife TV. If you like the content, hit the like button, subscribe, yada, yada, yada. And I'm out of here. I'm gone. So I'll see you guys. Take care.